perfect smile can cost a fortune. Top dentists can charge up to $80,000 for porcelain veneers. But there's a new crop of practitioners that offer a much cheaper alternative. They call themselves veneer techs, and they've been gaining popularity on platforms like TikTok for their cheaper, less invasive veneers. Cosmetic dentistry has become a big business in the United States. Last year, it generated more than $7 billion in revenue. And so these so-called veneer techs are looking to cash in on that industry, but there's only one problem. These people have absolutely no credentials, they didn't attend dentistry school, and they're doing this illegally.
How did you learn to do composite veneers?
I took a class. There was a girl that was doing veneers, and I DM'd her on Instagram, and she said that she was teaching a class, and it was $800. So I went to her. She taught me everything. She gave me my certification, and then I started the next day. It was only a one-day class.
Despite how cheap they are to install, these veneers come at a high cost to people's dental health. Let's discuss the trifling scammers known as veneer techs on TikTok. I'm super excited to share with you all that I have finally signed up for Patreon, and you guys can support my channel and get exclusive content in the process. If you're interested, you can definitely sign up for free. Pick a tier that works for you if you can, and I'll see you all there. Okay, now back to your regularly scheduled programming. Dental veneers are custom-made coverings that fit over the surface of teeth and are typically used for cosmetic purposes, according to the Cleveland Clinic. Though there are several types of veneers, there's 5 common types. Porcelain veneers, or traditional veneers, are the most common form and require the front of each tooth to be grinded down before the shells are placed on top. Composite veneers are made of tooth-colored composite resin, which is also used for dental bonding and typically last 10 years. No prep veneers are less invasive and take less time since the dentist only removes a small portion of the enamel from the teeth. Same-day veneers don't require multiple visits and are best for just hiding small visual imperfections. Palatal veneers are typically made of gold or porcelain and are applied to the inside of the upper teeth and used to treat wear and tear and prevent further damage. So in contemporary society, the aesthetic appeal of white, well-aligned teeth is closely aligned with perceptions of health and success and social status. This cultural valuation makes people go to great lengths in order to achieve that perfect smile. The pursuit of this ideal has given rise to, let's say, questionable practices like the veneer techs trend on TikTok. These are individuals who, despite having absolutely no professional dental credentials, offer veneer services. This all started when a self-proclaimed veneer tech posted a picture on Instagram with his veneer tech completion certificate, and it went viral on social media. And now veneer techs across the country have recently started operating after they complete a 2-day training course that typically costs anywhere from $2,000 to $3,000 to complete. And in some cases, these veneer techs are charging as much as $6,000 to take a veneer tech course. And they're also posting disinformation saying things like, "Me on my way to learn how to do veneers after learning I don't have to be a dentist to do them." Outright lying. They're blatantly lying to people just to get them to sign up for these expensive classes and to get patients to sign up to get these Dollar Tree veneers installed. These veneer tech locations have been found in cities like Atlanta and Memphis, Charlotte, and New York City, amongst others. Licensed dentists use what's called national provider identifiers, which they use at licensed dental supply stores where they're able to buy products and instruments. But veneer techs, on the other hand, are using nail supplies like acrylic, like what you go to the salon and get done on your nails. Yeah, they're using that for veneer installations. And other veneer techs are going so far as to get their veneers from Amazon and Temu, which don't check for these NPIs that we just talked about. And this is completely illegal because dentists are the only people who are legally allowed to perform veneer work. So these unlicensed technicians can face criminal charges for giving people veneers without a license. A Las Vegas woman who ran an illegal company called Veneer Experts was charged with felony counts of illegal practice of dentistry earlier this year after a patient's teeth fell out and the patient filed a complaint with the state of Nevada. Not unlike Tyresha Reagan, who went viral on TikTok saying that her newly installed veneer tech teeth fell out just days after her procedure, and she ended up having to go to a dentist, an actual accredited dentist, to fix it. TikTok creator at Special Phase also recounted how she paid $3,500 for partial veneers that were too big for her mouth and left her in enormous pain.
With you. So she takes some pictures. I'm like, oh, these things feel funny. I can't, at that point, I was talking so weird. I was like, oh, these things feel so weird. They so bulky. Like, I can't even close my mouth. She was like, oh, boo, you just got to get used to them. You got to get used to them. So we took a little selfie or whatever. I ain't gonna lie, they did look good. They looked okay, but they didn't feel good. So I was like, okay, let me give her the benefit of the doubt because she the professional is dealing with whatever she supposed to do. So I leave her. 12 o'clock at night. My mouth go to hurting so bad, y'all. Like I'm in tears. I'm taking hydrocodone. I'm like, oh my God, something going on. I text her phone. I say, listen, these things got to come out of my mouth. I've been up all night. I haven't been able to drink. I wasn't even able to drink a smoothie. I said, it feel like my mouth is inflamed. I don't know what's going on, but these partials got to come out of my mouth. She tells me, I'm gonna see what I can do because I got a doctor's appointment. I'm gonna see if I can make it over. I have an infection in my mouth. I couldn't sleep all night. I still got these 8 veneers at the bottom of my mouth. 8 of them. 8 of them that can't come out. My dentist probably don't even want to see me because it's gonna be a liability issue. It's gonna be a liability issue. So now I got to find somebody to take these out my mouth and pay somebody to do the job correctly that you didn't do.
Now, it goes without saying that turning to unlicensed people to install your veneers is fraught with risks. The only thing that I personally get off of TikTok is recipes. But there's really people out here who are getting people who are not even accredited dentists to install veneers in their teeth because they found them on TikTok. People are getting veneer techs from TikTok. They're getting their entire personalities from TikTok. There are limits of things that we can extract from social media. It's getting a little out of hand, I have to say. The application of veneers involves altering your natural teeth, which requires shaving down of the enamel, which is irreversible. And errors in this process can lead to a misalignment, improper bite, or your entire teeth falling out like we just talked about, increased sensitivity, pain, you name it. The side effects are endless when you go to somebody who is not accredited. There's already side effects when you go to someone who is a licensed dentist, let alone someone who completed a 2-day course. Because they're using these cheap materials from the nail supply store, from Temu, from Amazon, you can literally have dental decay as a result of that. Dental procedures require sterile environments and equipment to prevent infections that unlicensed practitioners don't have access to. So if you're not getting the picture when you go to these unlicensed veneer techs, you're risking long-term dental health in the process. But this isn't the first time that we've seen people risk their health to comply with the beauty standard. Amid the BBL epidemic, for example, we saw how women who couldn't afford to get BBLs from actual plastic surgeons were getting literal silicone and cement injected into their butts.
Our Caitlin Ross has taken a closer look at these so-called pump doctors offering a cheap alternative to traditional plastic surgery. Caitlin.
For 10 years, Talia Kasande got silicone injections every other week. Despite crippling medical issues, she kept going back. She says it was only once she got the silicone removed that she realized just how dangerous it was.
Here I am walking and breathing, not knowing that I pretty much have a rotten corpse inside of my body. I didn't think that I was going to accomplish my goals if I didn't look the part.
And I recently talked all about this in a video about the Ozempic epidemic. People are now using Ozempic dupes that are not FDA approved in order to lose weight. Throughout history, beauty standards have often pushed people towards dangerous and unhealthy practices, especially when the desired aesthetic was tied to social status or perceived desirability. In the 19th century and early 20th century, the Western ideal of a wasp waist led to many women wearing tightly laced corsets, and this practice could deform your rib cage and cause respiratory problems and resulted in internal damage, but people did it anyways because they wanted to look as thin as possible. And we're still seeing people engage in that. I mean, look at Kim Kardashian at the Met Gala. Historically, lead was also a common ingredient in makeup to achieve a pale skin tone, notably in ancient Rome in the 16th century. Lead is, of course, highly toxic, and prolonged exposure can cause a host of health issues, including brain damage and anemia, and people didn't care. Not much has changed there either because people are still obsessed with Stanley cups despite the company themselves saying that their cups contain lead. And now we're seeing the rise of veneer techs. There is most definitely a class component that you're seeing with this trend. We're seeing people who are visiting these veneer techs that are desperate and are strapped for cash and want a quick and easy cheap fix. These veneer techs are very much preying on poor folks. High quality dental care is of course expensive, and it encompasses regular checkups, preventative treatments, and cosmetic procedures. And insurance coverage in America, for some reason, typically does not cover a lot of dental health procedures, and it really leads to significant significant out-of-pocket expenses. So people from higher socioeconomic backgrounds are much more likely to be able to afford regular dental care and these cosmetic procedures, and that obviously results in better oral health for them. On the other hand, people from lower socioeconomic backgrounds are struggling to find affordable and even basic health care. And people's desperation to have so-called good teeth is really rooted in a desperation for social acceptance. Studies have shown, after all, that individuals with poor dental health may face discrimination in job interviews and just discrimination across the board. So I have a lot of sympathy for people who are seeking out cheap and quick ways to improve their teeth. I know it's easy to say that people are stupid or uninformed. I don't like to use the word stupid personally, for going to unlicensed practitioners to get their veneers installed. Yes, I do believe that people need to be more cautious. I do believe people need to do their due diligence on whomever they're going to get any kind of medical procedure done from. We've discussed before on this channel how Americans are suffering from an anti-intellectualism crisis, and I genuinely believe that this is a part of that. I believe that people are more gullible because people want to believe whatever they're reading on social media. That's a problem. That's a symptom of our culture. The obsession with social media has kind of rotted people's brains. I think that there is a connection with capitalism and consumerism and why that drives people to take advantage of other people and scam other people to make a profit. The high cost of professional dental care can create a market for cheaper and riskier alternatives. And this culture pressures individuals to want to attain these unrealistic beauty standards, and it drives a demand for these quick fixes like Ozempic or like these veneer techs. This trend of seeking dental treatments from unlicensed veneer techs really does underscore, in my opinion, a broader cultural issue that's linked to how beauty standards are established and exploited in a capitalist, consumer-driven society. And now you're seeing dentists across the country warning against going to these veneer techs.
So hi, I'm Dr. Rick Klein. I'm a licensed dentist in the state of Texas. There's something kind of going around the country, and it's called a veneer technician. There is really no such thing as a veneer technician. Only licensed dentists, and dentists go to undergraduate school for 4 years and dental school for at least 4 years, can do dental veneers. And this is dangerous. It's dangerous. You have people that go to some 6-week course and are, doing these dental veneers. And when you start trimming or cutting or sanding on those teeth, that's irreversible. The other part of this is it can cause damage to the gums. It can cause damage to the pulp or nerve of the tooth. It can cause a need for root canals or even tooth loss if too much tooth structure is taken away. It also can lead you open to future decay, and that could cause the loss of those teeth also. But the biggest thing is this is irreversible. You cannot put that enamel back on your teeth.
The bottom line is that people in this social media age, in this economy, in this world, in this society are so desperate for money that they will scam anybody and exploit anybody. And the people who are seeking these services are so gullible, are so uninformed, that they are willing to seek out these unlicensed individuals and get these cheap, quick fixes done. Peak American individualism is not caring about people's health, not caring about how you're going to affect someone else's life as long as you make money. All I can say is don't fall for it. Do your research, pay for an accredited person to do your work, and even more so, it's okay to not have perfect teeth. We're all so used to seeing celebrities and influencers with picture perfect straight teeth, but very few people in real life have that picture perfect straight teeth without some kind of manipulation, and these people are paying top tier for accredited dentists in order to get their teeth to look so perfect. It's okay if every tooth is not super straight. It's okay if every tooth is not super white. Get your regular cleanings, take care of your teeth, make sure your teeth are healthy, check for cavities, all that good stuff, but do not allow yourself to be manipulated by people who are just trying to get rich quick and get clout on social media. And even more to the point, do not let social media control your life. I know it seems tempting to go for these quick fixes. We gotta respect the experts who went to school, who know what they're doing. You wouldn't go to a plumber to fix your car, and you wouldn't go to a mechanic to do your taxes, right? People have expertise and are accredited for a reason, and we need to go to the people who know what they're doing. I know this veneer tech trend may seem silly and like an insignificant phenomenon that can be chalked chalked up to people are stupid. But I think that it also underscores the need to make dental care more accessible and affordable so people aren't getting scammed by these people who are trying to prey on their desperation. I think expanding public health programs to include comprehensive dental care, increasing funding for community dental clinics, and improving insurance coverage for dental procedures are just a few measures that could help to curb the scammerization, you know, I like to say that word, of the dental industry, or the faux dental industry in this case. But I would love to hear from you all in the comments down below. What are your thoughts on this veneer techs phenomenon? Hopefully you haven't had the experience of going to a veneer tech. How do you feel about the fact that people are destroying people's teeth for clout and money? I would love to hear from you all in the comments down below. And if you want to support this channel and get some exclusive content, definitely sign up for my Patreon. And if you like this video, definitely give it a thumbs up. And if you really liked it, definitely hit that subscribe button, and I'll talk to you all next time.